Hi everybody, this is Osprey from MyChartCoach.com, and in this video we're going to take a look at the cryptocurrencies. Okay, this will be an update after last night's video. Yeah, the cryptocurrencies markets will, this candle will set here at 4 o'clock, and then yeah, we'll be looking at a new candle forming. So first up is Bitcoin Coinbase, and as you can see here, it is still above that orange line, which is EMA 13, currently there at 14,697. So it needs to hold that level and then get above that middle Bollinger Band, currently at 15,669. And so once it's above that middle Bollinger Band, it can get a new uptrend going. It needs to keep holding that 50-day simple moving average down there at 13,072. As long as that holds, you know, it should continue to bounce here. If you see a drop below EMAs 4, 8, and 13, that'll be a red flag that it is cooling down. Okay, let's look at the Bitcoin Bitstamp chart. Okay, so now you can see here it's hitting the middle Bollinger Band, currently at 15,532. So this is the big level to break right here. If it can close above that middle Bollinger Band, then it could possibly get a new uptrend going, possibly get back up there to 19,000, retest that level. If it struggles with that 15,500 level, you know, it could drop back below EMA's 4, 8, and 13. Notice that this is going to be the second close in a row above that level. This is very similar to the candles that formed on the 26th and the 27th, where you had a close above EMA's 4, 8, and 13 for the first time, and then a small candle formed the next day. The difference is today is a green candle, and it's going for a second close in a row above resistance. So it has to break that middle Bollinger Band. It's going to need that to do that tomorrow. It's at a flex point right now. It's either going to break above the middle Bollinger Band, signaling more upside potential, or it's going to drop below EMA's 4, 8, and 13, signaling downside risk, putting that 50-day simple moving average at 12,892 on deck. Okay, let's look at Bitcoin Cash. Okay, so yeah, you can see it from last night's video. We were talking about it being back above the middle Bollinger Band. Okay, that's the solid purple line here in the middle, and it was back above EMA's 4, 8, and 13. Well, notice a doji is forming today. Okay, so this is an indecision candle. This is a gravestone doji. There's a bull and bear battle going on right now. It's not, it hasn't, we're not seeing a bullish volume spike and a solid green candle forming. There's still a lot of indecision whether or not this can get, keep this previous uptrend going, or if it's going to start a downtrend. So right now it's riding what we call the 50-yard line. It needs to stay above that middle Bollinger Band, and if it can, above 2,557, then it could keep, pushing higher. If you see it drop below, that'll signal downside risk. It needs to hold that 22.45 level. A drop below that would signal consolidation. Okay, let's look at Ethereum. Okay, so Ethereum is breaking out higher today. Look at this. This is a very sweet move. It's up here at 927. So congrats, everybody. Really sweet move by Ethereum. It's breaking out higher. It has a very strong uptrend going. The close, like I said in the last video, above high close resistance yesterday was signaling more upside potential. So you can see here the closing price here on the 19th was the key level to break. It closed above that level yesterday. That did signal more upside potential, and it pushed higher today. So once again, that theory is proven correct. As long as EMA 4 at 843 keeps holding, this uptrend is super strong and intact. If you see a drop below EMA 4, it could drop down to that middle Bollinger Band, currently down there at 747. As long as that level's holding, this uptrend is intact. Once you see a break below the middle Bollinger Band, that's when you could see some consolidation. This has a really nice uptrend going. It's it's headed for 1,000 if it doesn't slow down. So congrats, everyone. Okay, let's look at the Ripple chart here. This is XRP, USD. The Bollinger Bands were making it difficult to read the chart, so I took them off. But you can see here it's on a very strong uptrend. Notice how it's riding EMA 4 resistance higher. It's on what we call a blue sky breakout. It's making all-time new highs. This is the 100 billion market cap now. So yeah, this is the big dog. XRP, Ripple, pushing strong. It's hitting 270. The clue that it's cooling down is going to be a close below EMA 4, currently at 228. That'll be the first signal that it's cooling down. It's been holding this entire push. So as long as it keeps holding, the signal is to keep riding. So congrats, everybody. Sweet move. Okay, let's look at Litecoin. So Litecoin is trying to bounce here. Notice how it got the downtrend going. It's been in this downward channel. All right, and so it's trying to break out above it, and yeah, it's working on that now. If it can turn EMAs 4, 8, and 13 into support, if it can hold above that level, then that would signal that it wants to keep trying to bounce here. Now it is forming a very small candle today, and it is right at that key support level. So notice how it's been in this downtrending channel, and yesterday's candle broke above the descending resistance line. So you want to see this red line turn into support, and the candles hold the EMAs 4, 8, and 13. If you see it drop back into that channel, that'll signal downside risk, and it'll be working its way down to that 50-day simple moving average down at 178. If it stays above the EMAs 4, 8, and 13, and it can break above this, what is this, 250 resistance level, then you could see a run up here to 280 and possibly back up into the 300s. Okay, let's look at Manero. Manero is back above the middle Bollinger Band. We were talking about that on our last video. It's holding above that level today, so this is what we want to see. It didn't drop back below. So yesterday it closed above the middle Bollinger Band. That was the move we were looking for. And then now today it's staying above that level. There is a small candle forming. You want to see a break above the closest high close level, which would be right here on the 27th. And so it is going for a close above that level today. Notice how it was in a sideways channel here between 303 and this 380 level, 375 level. And so it's breaking above that today. That's really good. If it can stay above that level and stay above that middle Bollinger Band, it could work its way back up to that 470 high close from the 20th. Okay, let's look at Zcash. Okay, so this is, this had this long downtrend here. You could see starting back here in October, and so it was, heading down, and then it finally broke above descending resistance, this red line here, back here on the 20th of December. And so that was a sweet breakout above resistance. It's been hitting the gold line here, which is the 100-day simple moving average. That is currently at 0.038. That is the big level to break. Notice how it's double topping at the level now. It hit that level back on the 20th and the 21st, failed to hold, pulled back. It bounced off the 50-day simple moving average. That's the green line, and the middle Bollinger Band, which is the purple line. So it's holding key support. And then right now it's hitting that 100-day simple moving average. It's formed what we call a symmetrical triangle. So you have descending resistance here, and then you have the ascending support, and so one of the two lines are going to break. And so if you get a break above resistance, that's going to signal that it wants to head higher. If you get a break below support, that signals downside risk. And so yeah, you can see how it's coming to what we call a flex point here. This is where this current trend is going to change soon. So notice how the bottom of the candles are rising. We have ascending support, and then you have descending resistance. One of these two levels are going to break, and so bulls are looking for a break above the red and gold lines, and then that would put this 42, basically that 418 level on deck. If you can get above 418, it could really get moving, and the target above the 100-day simple moving average will be up here at the 200 and 300-day simple moving averages up here at 6 cents. Failed to break this level, and you're looking at a retest of that 50-day simple moving average. If it drops below the middle Bollinger Band and the 50-day simple moving average, it will no longer be in play. It for a long trade, it'll probably fall back into this previous downtrending channel. Okay, let's look at XEM. So NEM is breaking out here. It's making a really sweet move today. Check this out. Look at the big candle. This is exactly what everybody wanted to see. It formed a sideways channel, and then when a sideways channel forms, you want to see a break above high close resistance. That happened yesterday. And so, yeah, you could see yesterday this green candle closed above all these tops. And notice how many days in a row it failed to break that resistance level, this 103 resistance. That finally happened yesterday. And then today is the huge follow through. So keep in mind, you always want to draw the high close resistance levels. And then when you get a close above, that's your clue that it finally wants to head higher. This is your entry day. You're just waiting on all these days for the break above resistance, and then boom, you jump in yesterday, and then today is the payoff. Okay, so yeah, this is really sweet. It's breaking out higher, making this is the blue sky breakout. Okay, and so now let's look at let's make sure this is the blue sky breakout. Yes, it is. Okay, yeah, this is making all-time, new all-time highs here. Okay, now let's look at ADA. This is another one that's just rocking it out. This is the BTC chart, the Bitcoin BTC.X chart, and yeah, it has a very nice uptrend going. And notice it's busting out higher today, so congrats everybody. Yeah, it's up here at hitting 7, so you want to see it break above 7 and continue heading higher. Notice this is also on a blue sky breakout. It just started trading back here in October, and so yeah, so this is hitting all-time new highs. You want to see that EMA4 support level hold, this pink line. As long as it's holding, then the uptrend is super strong. Once you see it close below, you might see it drop down to EMA13 or that middle Bollinger Band. If you look here, now they have it tethered with the USD, with the dollar here, and so as you can see, yeah, this is kind of cool. You can check it out on so basically here it's breaking out. It dropped down. It's writing EMA4. There's not a lot of data on this chart, just showing it to you. Now they have it tethered. The trading view charts are awesome. They are doing a good job with the cryptocurrencies. So yeah, and it's great having them in real time. And so yeah, let's look at XLM. This is Lumen. Check it out. It's breaking out higher. Look at this nice multi-day run. You've got a big push today. It's hitting that dollar level. A dollar is always a big psychological level, be it an equity, a commodity, a currency, whatever it is. A dollar is always going to be a big level to break. It's always a big psychological level, and so it's hitting that right now. So notice how this has only been trading for a short period of time, since 2015. It came up here. It's been making a huge move since October. It's on this very strong uptrend. It's pushing really hard right now. It's very frothy. What you do when it's pushing hard like this, you keep riding and just look for either a climax spike or for a signal that it's cooling down, either hitting resistance and failing to break, possibly at this dollar level, or it could be that it's drops below EMA4, and then if it does, you could see it drop down to EMA13, which is currently down here at 39. So that would be a big drop between the current 83 and it could drop down to EMA13 over a multi-day period like it did back here in December, and hold that level and continue the uptrend. Just keep in mind, nothing goes straight up. That there will be ebb and flows along the way. Okay, let's look at Gridcoin. Gridcoin is making a really sweet move as well. So it busted up down here above the middle Bollinger Band. It got above the 50-day simple moving average on the 20th. It got above the 100-day simple moving average, the gold line, on the 21st, and then it worked its way all the way up to this 200, which is the red line, and 300-day simple moving averages, which is the blue line. So these are the two key levels to break. So yesterday it had dropped below after failing to break that 300-day simple moving average. It dropped below that 200-day simple moving average and it closed below EMA4. So we weren't sure if it was going to consolidate, but it got back above the 200-day simple moving average today. So what you're looking for if you're a bull is a close above this 300-day simple moving average, basically at 11. So if you see a close above 11, that's going to signal it wants to push higher. If it struggles with that 11 resistance and it struggles to stay above this 975 level, this 98, the 200-day simple moving average, then you could see it consolidate and come down and test that middle Bollinger Band. It has a super strong uptrend going, so we're just looking for a breakthrough resistance. Okay, now take a look at SALT. This is one that has consolidated. It pulled back and it's hitting the re-entry zone right now as we speak. This is the level that it needs to hold. It pulled back for multiple candles in a row, and as you can see, it's hitting this purple line, which is the middle Bollinger Band, basically at 8 cents, or at 0008. So we'll just call it 8 for this chart. And so if it can hold this 0008 level here, then that's going to signal that it wants to bounce and keep this uptrend going. If it drops below 008, that's going to be a red flag, and then you can see it go all the way down to this 50-day simple moving average, which is way down here at 0058 or 00, what is this, 59? Yeah, 58. And so this is the crucial level. When stocks are in an uptrend and they're cruising, riding EMA's 4 and 8 support higher, riding that upper Bollinger Band, and they pull back and get below EMA 4 and consolidate, we always look for a bounce off the middle Bollinger Band. If support holds, this is the good low, re-entry, low re-entry point. If resistance fails to, or support fails to hold, then you're looking for a reload lower. So keep an eye on it. This is where it should find support. What you want to do is follow the 15-minute chart, and as you can see here, the 15-minute chart is wound pretty tight. You want to see, if you're a bull, break above the green line here, the middle Bollinger Band, and the gold line. Once it's above the 50, the 20, and the 100 simple moving averages and can turn those levels into support, that's when you can see it break out higher. Notice how back here it failed to turn the 100 into support, and then once again today it failed to turn the 100 into support. You want to see a break above that level and that level hold, and that's when you're going to see a run up to the 200 and 300 simple moving averages at 8.4 and 8.7. Okay, thank you very much for viewing this video. If you'd like to learn more about charts and technical analysis and how to trade cryptocurrencies using this analysis, come check out our chat. I'll post the link below the YouTube video. Thank you.